Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Raquel Morning with another episode of Mood 24/7. And today I have a special guest. I can't wait for her to introduce herself, and I can't wait to get into this topic because it's so special. Like everything about this is it's magical. Okay, so let's dive right in. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, hi guys. I'm Markia Daily. I'm Markia. A lot of you know me as Markia Daily on YouTube, Instagram, social media, all of that stuff. I'm a YouTuber, natural hair enthusiast, lifestyle, fashion, all that jazz. And I'm happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have her. Oh my goodness, we go way back. We go back to college, so
to
this is just like
days.
Yes, this is a reunion. This is like a really good reunion. I love Markia. She's like the sweetest person ever, you guys. Honestly and truly, her vlogs are everything and so much more. Okay, so our topic today, which literally makes me like just genuinely happy, Black girl magic. I feel like I should like. I'm gonna ask.
Right, need some boom, 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 boom,
bomb fireworks. Yes. Okay, so number one thing, what is the? What would you even consider to be Black girl magic? Like
being black. No. Seriously, like as far as like the term and stuff is concerned, like, you know, I love the, you know, Black girl magic term, like, and how it empowers, you know, Black women and stuff. But I also like, in my opinion, okay, so okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is to me, and then I'm gonna also give a little jazzy jazz, a little some pizzazz, whatever.
Okay.
But to me, Black girl magic is just being like the epitome of being like a Black woman, being able to, you know, really withstand anything, to bend and not break, to straighten and still curl, to, you know, have everything that we have as far as our lips, as far as our complexion, and being out, you know, getting that, you know, that glow, that brown tan ting going on, just really being able to withstand and go through so much and still be prevalent, still be, you know, fierce, and still be us. That is really the epitome of Black girl magic to me. And of course, you know, hair, period. You already know how our hair is. You know what we do. Listen. But also the my only thing I feel like recently, like as I've gotten older, you know, I'm always Black girl magic, et cetera, et cetera. But I've been kind of like falling and pushing back from it a little bit, just because I feel like the term recently, well, not recently, but I feel like the term, like now that I think about it, it's kind of, it kind of dehumanizes us for it, like as a sense, you know, and we are that, you know what I mean? We are those girls. We're that woman, we're those girls, we're those ladies. Like that's who we are. However, I feel like because we go through so much, because we, you know, can do all these things, it kind of dehumanizes us, because people think that, oh, we can just do anything. So they treat us the way, you know, how we're treated in society, how we're looked at, depicted. You know, people kind of don't see us as being, you know, women outside of being this magical being. Like, you know, it's like, you know, us getting hurt, and I'm like, oh, you'll be okay, and then someone of another race getting hurt and they're going crazy, like, oh my gosh, let's get, you know what I mean? It's like they think we can do all of these things, and even though we can, because we were kind of raised and built like that, we still are human, if you get what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, you know, I do feel like the term basically, like, you know, kind of dehumanizes us in a sense, as the people think that because we're the ish, the sugar honey iced tea, you know, that we can just, you know, go through these things and not be affected, all the way down to gun violence and police brutality, and even just, you know, how Black women are depicted and talked about in songs, you know. It's just a lot. So it's kind of, listen. Both of us. It's a lot though, but I mean, I think the term is very dignifying and empowering, but sometimes when it comes to other people, it it does dehumanize us in a sense.
No, I totally understand that. Just starting on the positive side of things first, just saying like how wonderful it is to have this term, because like when we do something, and it's like it's not saying when other races do something they don't do whatever it is they do, but when we do something we're like known for doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she kind of like, we could be in sweats, Black Girl Magic, because she's wearing the sweats. She's putting the style in those sweats. And it's just so interesting how we like, you know, create a culture and then so many people are like, ooh, we like it, we like it, we like it, and then try to make it their own. And so it's like the magic where we started, but then like we do it like no other. Like we do it so well that like no one else can touch it.
Nobody.
I would say an example of this is like the Dreamgirls movie, where they have, I mean, it's not Black Girl Magic, but it's like, I would say it's Black Magic. You feel me? Okay, so where they have the song, got me a Cadillac, 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 Cadillac. Yeah, right? It's a great song. And then when it becomes a white song, and it's not saying that this happens all the time, but they slowed it down and it was like, ooh, ooh, I got a Cadillac. And everyone's like, ew, you know what I mean? Right. and so just having that magic of having like something created to be so nice and so genuine and so unique in a way is just something completely different. And to understand that, it's wild. I just think that Black Girl Magic is like the birth to everything to me.
It is like, it's literally the blueprint. It's the blueprint. It's the beginning. It's look, what do they call it? It's duplicated but never imitated. Okay, duplicated, never imitated. We are the blueprint. We are the creators. We're the gatekeepers. We're like, we started this like everything down to like all these hairstyles, all these nails, all this fashion, music. If we want to talk about giving birth to the humanity, we did it.
Well, listen, we've done our part. I don't think we should pay taxes at this point.
Been there, done that.
Exactly.
I need to be collecting child support the opposite way. You gotta me. Period. Like
hello, because honestly and truly, the way that we just do things, and it has such a spice. It's like add a little bit of spice. We do it, and there's so many like positive sides to Black Girl Magic. I get what you're saying, and we're definitely going to get into like how it dehumanizes us. But there's so many positive sides to Black Girl Magic.
Yeah,
finally giving us our flowers that we deserve, saying that, hey, we see what you're doing, we understand that you're unique, and we understand that like nobody can rock like y'all. Nobody can move like you. No one can, say the things you do, wear the things you wear, just move the way you move. No one can do it the way that you can. And so to find that acknowledgement is so amazing, because for so many years it's been stolen from us. You know what I mean? It's been, oh, we created this or we did this. And there's so many songs by, and I'm just gonna like, say this like as a wide range, but there's a song by Elvis. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of his big hits, and it was sung by a Black woman first. There's another song called Strawberry Whiskey. Love the song. It's a country song, Strawberry Whiskey, but it was sung by Etta James first. Rather Go Blonde. I know that. And so and so it's the things that like you hear and you're like, wait a minute, hold up. And
wait a second.
Right. And it's so funny because when my brother first heard the song, like he saw me watching Cadillac Records, where Etta James came in and she did her songs and talked about the whole record business and pretty much how it worked, and back in the days how it worked and stuff like that. And he came in and he was like Strawberry Whiskey, and I was like, no, this isn't Strawberry Whiskey, and I had never heard the song before. And so then he started playing the song for me, and he was like, isn't this crazy? Like literally, I kid you not, it was the exact same beat, exact same sound, nothing was changed except for the words.
Yeah.
And what's wild is that you don't even really get like the acknowledgement before, like, oh, took this song from da da da, or just remake blah blah blah. And I mean, he may
Girl.
have done that as a country artist. He may have said that, or whatever the case may be. And not every artist does it for every song. I get it 100%. But I'm just saying, in that example, there's so many people like my brother that listen to country music and can listen and be like, wait a minute, I didn't know that from another song. And so just how we have that term where we're coining the phrase and saying it's magic, it's untouchable, like it's something that is so oh goodness, I don't even want to say the word unique anymore because it's just so like above. It's wild. And to finally get people
astonishing.
Yes, there we go. And to finally get people to see that and to understand that, like, whoo, there's something about that melanated skin, you know what I mean?
Girl,
there's something about it. There's something.
All these people out here blackfishing, all these women out here blackfishing it's definitely something about it.
Something about it. I mean, and then it's also just funny at the fact that, like, I can also use this as far as like women getting tans. You know what I mean? But then they might say something like, "Oh, your skin color is this,
or it's the foundation. The foundation, they're using like foundation or concealer, like shades darker, honey. Not, shades
with an S. Put that S on there and make it bold and italic it, okay? Underlined it so you know it's plural, okay? So they know where we're coming from. Because honestly, I mean, and they do it all the time. And it even goes down to hair. You get what I'm saying? It goes down to hair. And that's part of the black girl magic. Even if
the braids, the people trying to get like curly hair, or at least look like they're biracial curly hair. Girl, let me tell you,
it's crazy. Because even like, and I've seen this like multiple times and I'm not gonna say like, when white women shave their head, they don't look, because there are plenty of white women that look beautiful. So let's not come for my neck and try to cancel me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when a black woman shaves her head, like, have you seen Happily Ever After?
I have.
Where, like, in our community, hair is so important because we're either being, naysayed about it or praised about it. It's a win-lose situation, you know what I mean? So either, and that goes to what we talked about the other day, which I'm going to bring up.
Right.
But that goes to just understanding, like, when a woman goes to shave her head and a black woman does it, she's literally trying to find her core. It may be easier or whatever the case may be, but like, she takes it back. You know what I mean? You can you can see that transition where she's like, oh, you can't touch me now because I'm going to rock this bald head and I'm beautiful from the inside out. I don't need something to be attached to me. And that's awesome. If, I wish I could. I don't think I had the facial structure for it.
But I cut my hair off when we were in college. I cut all my hair off. I don't think it wasn't like completely like shaved bald, but I definitely cut my hair off when we were in college. And, I was feeling myself. Girl, when I went home, my dad, he had lined me up, like, not lined up, but like,
just kind of getting up.
Yeah. Girl, I was like, I'm ugly. Like, I hated it. Like, I was like, why did I do this? What Markia, are you like, girl, you tripping, you wilding right now.
Really?
And I still think back, I look back at it like, dang, like, I really like, I didn't like, the only reason I was tripping over my hair was because it didn't look, I don't want to say acceptable, but it wasn't desirable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't desirable. And I thought I looked like, I hate to say it, but like, I thought I looked like, the little power, like, well, I knew I looked like the power to the people, but like, I was very like, and it kind of really got to me, especially when I would wear my hair out and I would go to work or something. Don't let me have on all black, because like men will really give me the power to the people fist. Like I'm Black Sister Panther or something. And I'm just like, no, just just me. Just going to work. Right. Like, have you ever seen, like, Issa Rae, like sometimes like on her Awkward Black Girl series, I don't know if you ever saw it or heard of it, but she just like, whenever she was in like those awkward situations, she just be like, like take her coffee over to her desk. Like that's literally how I would feel. I'm just like you think because I'm wearing a fro, I'm just, holds up down with the people, what I like, they just kind of stereotype me, and that type of stereotype isn't seen as being desirable, and it isn't really necessarily seen as being feminine. It's like, and hell, my hair type wasn't really necessarily seen as being, I guess you could say, feminine, even though my hair was really moisturized. I used to have my curls popping, wash and go on lock, like girl, finger coils, whatever. Like my hair used to look really good, but at the same time, it wasn't desirable. Like only time something like it wasn't, I'm not gonna say always not desirable, but for the most part, and it depends on the people too, because that goes into like another subjects of like, of course, textures and colors and stuff like that. But basically my hair was not, it wasn't that loose, big ringlety like type curls, whatever. So it didn't look like, no soft like baby hair or nothing like that. It was just really tightly coiled ringlets and kinks and curls and coils. And my hair wasn't even as coily as I know other women's is, which made me feel like, dang, like, because a lot of some of my friends who either big chop their hair or cut their hair, and it was really short, and their hair may have been like shorter than mine, they didn't wear their hair out. They just would not wear their natural hair out, and it's short TWA phase. And I don't want to necessarily get into like maybe their reasoning behind it, but if it was widely accepted or desired or seen as beautiful or feminine, etc., we would they would wear it out more. So I don't know. I guess it kind of like gets into that whole nitpick when it comes to shaving and stuff.
No, that's even like a strong point that you made, because like I can honestly, when I think back to it, and I just want to say, I thought you looked gorgeous with your short hair. Like honestly, it started popping. I was like, yes, you know what I mean? Of course, but I can honestly, like when you're saying that, I can honestly think back to the time that I went blonde. I remember dyeing my hair blonde, and my whole family was like, no, don't dye your hair blonde, blah, 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 blah. Because I had grew it out. I grew it out real long. And I was like, now I want something different. I want like, I don't know, make a statement. I want my hair to be blonde. So I went blonde. And I loved it. But I didn't know how to take care of it. So of course, like, I had to cut it to make it like even. And I hate, like, I look back on it and I hate that I didn't enjoy my blonde hair more. And I also hate that I didn't enjoy my bob cut more, because it's a cute little bob that could just swoop, you know what I mean? It's a cute little bob. And it also takes me to the point where, now that I think about it, I remember walking on campus one day and I had my hair straight, and it was like when it was blonde, and when my hair was curly, because you go off and on from straight to curly. Yes, I was about to say, the different we can do. But as far as it was going, like my hair would go like really short, especially because like I had to cut it in the whole 9 yards. So the fact that my hair was like really short, it was curly, it wasn't as desirable to some people, and I realized that. But when I straightened my hair and it was still blonde and I was wearing it down, I mean, it wasn't long, but it was like, it was kind of like lengthy. Not how I started off with it, but it was, had some length to it. And I remember someone stopping and go, I love your hair like that. Like, you got to wear your hair like that more often and blah, blah, blah. And I was just thinking, like, y'all have to go to the salon, get it straightened because I can't straighten my hair. Tried that, been down that road. It don't work. It go right back into a fro and that type of thing. And so, like, hearing you say that, you do. And, like, you do attract different people, especially depending on your hairstyle. And you get a different I would say a different vibe from people because they automatically, like, you know, the first thing they see is your face and then your skin color. I would say skin color, then face, then hair is probably like between the three.
That's really what it is. That's exactly what it is.
And for me to like understand that was just like a whole different situation because when I had braids in college, I mean, they were bigger than this. I mean, I love my braids now, but they were huge braids and they were long and stuff. And like, you know, just having that length and being able to flip it and that type of thing, I understood I attract a whole different crowd than when I did when my hair was curly, a whole different crowd than when I did when my hair was straight. And it's just that different vibe. And even though we can do all these wonderful things and always look good in our different hairstyles, we always just tend to attract different people.
Yeah.
With your hair. And that's so interesting that you even say that. So it's like it's a positive that we can do it because we're gonna look good no matter what. But at the same time, it's the stigma behind it of seeing and understanding that you're gonna get a different crowd of people. You're gonna get a different feel of people. Like it's going to be all of a sudden like, you know, you go from getting your braids done to, oh, okay, I see you. It's like a regular, because I mean, I'll do it in a quick second. When my hair is curly, I'll throw it up in the bun because it takes more work to wear it out.
That part, oh my gosh.
Gosh. Takes more work to wear out. You hear me?
Girl, that's why I'm about to give you.
But like, you know, I mean, not everyone's like, oh, you have your hair curly today. Like, I noticed that I don't get as many compliments. So for you to say something like that, really kind of just like ding and stuff like that, and it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Like, not to cut you off, but like it's with like our own people. Like, you know, when before I cut my hair, I used to get like so many compliments whenever my hair was straight. I used to like let's switch it up real quick. When I had a job, I was working at Coach. I'm saying names, don't care. I was working at Coach, and when I went on my job interview, you know, I had my curly weave in. My curly weave was like very loose textured or whatever. I just, you know, wore that. And then when I went to work, you know, I had my hair, I think, pulled back like in a bun like this. And then I'm like, oh, okay, let me braid my hair up because, you know, I can't keep doing these braids. These buns every day, you know, you don't want no breakage. So I'm like, all right, let me braid my hair up. So I go ahead to braid my hair up, girl. I went to work and my manager, she was like, basically she said that my hair wasn't professional. Yes, girl. I had my natural hair braided in mini braids. It's actually I have a tutorial on how I do my mini braids on my YouTube channel, but it was braided like, you know, and like little braids around my hair.
Like little
and
like
little plaits, basically. And I just pulled my plaits back in a low bun. And she said that my hair wasn't professional. And if it was that much unprofessional, you know, then I mean, I'm still on the clock. I mean, you can tell me to leave and I will dip. But you're right. I hit the dash. Like, girl, don't play with me. But yeah, she said that my braids were unprofessional. And I had mentioned this on my Instagram and stuff a few times, you know. And I had did a poll and I asked people, was my hair unprofessional? And believe it or not, some of my followers agreed and said that it wasn't. Most of everybody said it was professional. I guess there's nothing wrong with your hair. Your hair is braided. Most of everyone said that, but there were a few, and honestly, even one is too many. If you're being honest, like to that said that it wasn't professional, but then also I knew the people that said that it wasn't professional, and those people are people who don't wear their natural hair. Those people are people that don't really, I don't never get it. I barely, if not rarely, get a compliment, if at all, get a compliment from them when I wear my natural hair. But let me put a 20-inch in. Let me put, some, and I get all the compliments in the world. I'm getting looked at like, and I will say this too, now that my hair is longer, being natural, I don't wear like, I don't wear any straight styles. I'm not opposed to it or anything, but that's not my go-to look. When you were talking about like who you attract, I have been more not I've been appreciative, but I've been more grateful for the men, because I am a single woman, but I've been more grateful for the men that I attract with my hair now than what I did when I had, straight hair, weave, whatever. Because I don't know if it's like a F-boy repellent. You gonna get your, like, when I was short, when it was short, all the hoteps. I mean, God, like, girl, all the
you are a queen, you are a Nubian.
Right. All the Dr. Umars was it like hitting my line, like, stop. Like, no, it's not gonna work. But yeah, it's just so crazy, like, how like one, like I do attract like more, I guess you could, I don't want to say high value men, but more like valuable men or whatever.
Right.
That, loves my natural hair, that loves, how I like, how I wear it, all this other stuff. And then I also, I feel like I have to be careful of who I attract at certain times, because I am getting a weave. I'm getting a curly weave again, because, if I get a weave, it's going to be curly. That's just me. But I have to be careful who I attract when I do get like weaves or whatever, because a lot of times those people are not, going to mess with me or really like me. My hair is natural when I'm really like doing me. So it's like, I love, my hair, stuff like that. But, I want to dip and dabble and make sure I'm not attracting people like I did at my job. Like when I did get that job and I had the weave in, they were quick to hire me and all this other stuff. But when I came to work with my braids, and don't even get me started when I went with my fro, girl. When I went with my fro, they didn't say nothing. They just stared. They was like, girl, yes.
She's going to come in Black Panther us.
Right, girl. They told me, I think they was like, she had said, I think the day I came in with my fro, she told me to clock out to put some makeup on or something. Like, oh yes, girl. It was real. It was real.
Wow. That is crazy. And that's something that a lot of Black women have to face day to day. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I know you good, girl.
That's just something that a lot of Black women have to face day to day, that we walk in, and even though our hair is so versatile, but to be able to wear it in its natural state is considered unprofessional. And so that's why so many people get upset when we see different cultures misappreciating like the hairstyles that we do, like the braids. All of a sudden they're called boxer braids, or all of a sudden like people are wearing braids like mine. And it's like, okay, but do you understand that you take them out after you are done feeling fashionable and you go wash your hair and go straight to work, but we wear them and we can't even be comfortable at work, or we wear our natural hair and can't even be comfortable at work.
Be comfortable,
and
yeah.
What's so interesting, and we talked about this the other day, is that we are literally in a world where Black women are supposed to know how to do everyone else's hair except for our own. And that there is just so wild. And that brings me also to our other lifestyle person who's supposed to be a hairstyle enthusiast, if I'm saying that correctly, Brianna Monique, when she said, I was fortunate enough, I'm not going to say her exact words, but I was fortunate enough to be born with good hair. My mother has 4C hair. That statement alone, to any Black woman, I don't care if your mom is Black and your dad is white, or if your mom is white and your dad is Black, whatever the case may be, or if you're 100% Black, whatever the case may be, That is not okay. That statement alone is not okay because there, 4C hair is not bad hair. I want to be very clear about that. 4C hair is not bad hair at all. It's a part of Black girl magic. It's a part of what makes a Black woman a Black woman. And it's a part of how versatile it can be with all the things that you can do with it.
Right.
Like we can, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but we can hold curls in our hair. You know what I mean? We can braid our hair, we can straighten our hair, we can make it do whatever it is. We can, manipulate our hair to do whatever we need it to do. And for someone to say that a part of the Black community and to think that it's okay and to justify it with a smile just that didn't sit right with me. After I had saw that, we talked about that. Like, after I had saw that does not make me comfortable in any sort of way when Black people try to put down our own race. We have enough of everybody else doing it. Why are you joining in with the crowd? Because you're talking about yourself at the end of the day.
Oh, she's only talking about half of herself. Let's be clear. She's talking about one half.
I'm going to say this. And
she's dancing on the other side.
I'm going to say this, and I don't think a lot of races are going to be happy with what I have to say. But, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be honest with it. If you are biracial and you're partially Black, and this is might hit home for some people, might not. If you are biracial and partially Black or whatever the case may be, whatever your minority is within this country, know that's what people see you as. They don't see you as, oh, is your parent blah, 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 blah.
That's
they might ask down later on down the line, but that's what they see you as. And I hate to say this, but if something were to ever happen and we were split up into racial groups, they would not say, oh, you know what, you're half, da-da-da, go over here. They're going to look at you and be like, you're Black, you're with the Black people.
Yeah.
You might be a little bit lighter in skin, but you're with the Black people. So, us segregating ourselves within our own race is it's worse because, that's exactly how you don't work together to get things solved. Is when you're saying, oh, light skin's this and dark skin's this and brown skin's this. And instead of just saying, we're all Black, we come in different shades. We come in different beauties, shapes, sizes, heights. You know what I mean?
Right.
Different all around. You can be Black and look however, you know what I mean? And that's just it's wild to me to even hear people say that. But how do you feel about the Brianna Monique situation? I didn't mean to get that in depth to it.
Oh no, girl, you are absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine. I don't even know where to start as far as that situation is concerned, because I followed her. Like, I watched her stuff. Like, when she dropped her vlog, I'm like, let me see, let's see what she's doing. Let's see what's going on. And I clicked on her vlog, and not even 5 minutes in the vlog, she's dissing women that look like myself, women with hair like myself, and kinkier, of course. It was like, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I had to pause, rewind to make sure I heard what I heard correctly, because I have a girlfriend. She wasn't a big fan of her because she's dry. Like, her personality is very bland, which is true. I didn't follow her for the personality. I followed her for, I guess you could say, the aesthetic. I just love seeing aesthetically pleasing things, nice things, luxury things. I just like, I just like something that's like soothing. I don't want to say boring because I didn't like calling her boring, but boring shit. And when, there it is, classy. And when she had did that, it just made me it turned me off completely. I had to go back, screen record, send it to my girlfriend, and thank God I did, because when I went back to the video, because I was trying to tell her what the timestamp, it was gone. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not messing with her. She never put out a statement. She was blocking people that spoke out about it, that told her, I hate this, girl, it's not cool. She was like, I guess like anybody, like I think she turned off her like comments and all types of stuff, and she just kind of hid from it. She didn't address it. And the thing is, whether she addressed it or not, I wasn't looking for an apology when it came to her. It was more so like at least acknowledge that you're wrong and talk about what you're going to work on. And I don't know, just try to make like say or do something. Like I'm literally over here giving this woman the benefit of the doubt. But then I really sat down and thought, I'm just like, you know what, that's how this girl really feels. She said what she said because that's what she genuinely thinks. That's how she really feels. And her excuse is, oh, I'm black, I was raised like this, and you know, my stepdad called me my hair nappy and all this other stuff. And it's just like, no one cares about what you consider yourself or who called you what. The fact of the matter is, you felt the need to distinguish yourself from women like me that watch you and support you, because those other women, those white women, they're not supporting you the way we are, women that look like me in particular. And you know, you really distinct, like kind of separated yourself from us just to kind of make, I'm blessed with my hair, but you know, it's kind of like, you know, speaking down on the very women that support you and, you know, like you, actually, at least not used to like you at least. But I will have to say I do disagree just a slight bit. I mean, I agree with you, Keely. But the thing is, like, and I had to realize this too, is Brianna Monique is a biracial woman. And although she is biracial, I don't personally consider her as a Black woman, because I feel like as a Black woman, me in particular, and a lot of other Black women, I can't relate to anyone that is only half of me. I don't have a half white, I don't have a white parent. Both of my parents are Black. I came from two Black people. And for people that had one Black parent, I can't necessarily go off of, if they were, of course, to classify us all as races, they would more than likely, of course, put them with us. But just because that's what the white man considers you doesn't mean that's what you are. Right. And there's nothing wrong with being biracial. It like really, and I think it's kind of a slap, personally. I think it's kind of a slap in the face for a lot of biracial people that's like, oh, I'm Black, oh, I'm Black, oh, I'm Black. And it's just like, and white. Really, like, you know, I get like it hits home, and some people need therapy for this. Like when it comes to like maybe their white side, or what, you know, how, you know, just the history of everything, or however they were created, I'm not sure. But being like proud of where you come from, your heritage, like that is a part of you. You look the way you do because you are Black and white. You look the way you do because your parent looks like this and your other parent looks like this. And there's nothing wrong with being biracial. You don't have to consider yourself Black simply because that's what the white man would classify you as if we were enslaved or whatever. And it's like, take pride in, you know, who you are. But I personally can't relate to that. Just like when they have biracial women playing Black women, it's like, why? I don't, like, last time I checked, my mom and dad was Black. Like, I can't relate to you as far as sometimes hair is concerned, because it's sometimes they have really kinky hair, sometimes they have really loose, damn near straight hair. I can't relate to you as far as skin complexion is concerned. Sometimes they're really, really white, really, really light, damn near white, or sometimes they're, you know, not too far from my complexion, but you know, I'm pretty dark, so you know. But it's like, you know, there's nothing wrong with like taking pride in that. And same with her being happy about her hair texture. As far as Brianna Monique is concerned, like, she could be happy and love her hair texture, but you do not have to down the very women, right, that, you know, like, you don't have to, it's just like, you know, oh, it's just like me being like, you know, I love being Black and I'm this, I'm that, and I'm just talking down on everybody else. Oh, your culture doesn't do, like, you know, like, we don't do that. Right. We know this shit. We don't. But it's like, you don't have to talk down on other people just to boost your preferences or what you like or what you think is. Same with men that, oh, I love the light bright, I'm a white mixed with a lip, you know, but that nasty Black dark, you know, like, you know, like they go. Yeah, no, they say it. They say it. Like what you like. Leave us out of that. Okay. If you don't like us, don't say nothing about us. Because now you're disrespecting your mama, some of these men, your daughters, like
Ooh,
leave
ooh,
us out of your. So
ooh.
it's like there's nothing wrong with like really being happy and proud of where you come from and stuff. And I think a lot of biracial people have that kind of stigma on them. Even if we were to talk about like mulatto, like her being happy that she's mulatto, and a lot of people like that like they think that's a derogatory term, and it is if
It
you really
is.
know the
Yeah.
history behind it. Like a lot of people don't necessarily know like how the term came about and stuff, but because white people made it racist or whatever, but she was happy about being black and white, and then when she started calling herself black, they're like, I thought you was mixed, or and it's just like a lot of biracial people do get a stigma if they don't call themselves black. They're like, you're black, what do you mean? And people kind of like get at them, especially our people. We get at them for not calling themselves black, but then when we call them biracial, like they don't
Yeah.
necessarily know, which is why I think it is like um kind of hard for a lot of people who are of multiple races, to really cling to being one, or to not cling to being black because of just everything that comes along with it, the mouths of other people, the history, what you look like, what you be considered, just a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that, that whole situation with Brianna. I just
I will say, as
yeah.
far as saying, and it's interesting that you say that. But as far as seeing like someone who is biracial saying like, you're black and you're white, yeah, there's nothing wrong with claiming the other part of you. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong
Mhm.
with claiming like, both sides of you. I also think that like as far as it goes for knowing who you are, it's and I've seen this a lot in a lot of biracial people, that they try to claim what is not seen so hard. It's almost like a outbalance. Like, let's
Yeah.
say I'm not biracial. I will say that. I'll tell everybody that I'm not biracial. But let's say that if I had a white parent and a black parent, it's almost like I'm trying to hang on to my white parent, that
Mm.
everything I do is within the community. And some people, they're just naturally raised around, in a white community, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's no problem at all. But if you don't have that diversity balance, you don't understand, and you won't, and things like with Brianna Monique, how it happened with, oh, I don't have 4C hair, I have good hair. You get what I'm saying? That flips. And
Mm-hmm.
now you're trying to hang on to that community so hard that everything that has to do with starting with your skin color with the black community becomes negative. And so as far as it goes for me, I'm not saying that I would never like, want people to claim both sides. I think you should embrace both cultures. That is who you are. That is what is within you. That is, how you are. Your DNA, if you split it,
Yeah.
I mean, even though it may have came out, you look mostly black, if you split
Mm-hmm.
your DNA, it's 50-50. And
Yeah.
now one gene may have been more dominant than the
And
other,
then the
but
other, yeah.
yeah. But you have to also understand that as as a person with um that's interracial, you have to understand that I would say both sides equally. You can't just
Yeah.
like, even like if we were to scratch, forget black and white, even if it was Hispanic and white, or
Mm-hmm.
um I don't know, what's another country, Indian and white, that type of situation. If you don't get enough of both of the cultures and experiences, all you're going to know is the negative things. And so when
Yeah.
people see you automatically and say, oh, you're black, and then for you to kind of have to like, for me to like, for someone to be like, oh, and white, it's kind of like you're taking away from, you're trying to push down being black so hard that you're taking away from what is seen and being acknowledged. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of already probably in the community of where everyone thinks you're black, and whatever the case may be. But just having to say or go that extra mile kind of just demolishes it. And it's like, when the conversation comes up, because the conversation is going to come up eventually, like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, I didn't know your parent was white or Hispanic or orange or yellow or the moon and the sun. I didn't know your parent was that. Then that's when you go, oh yeah, that's my parent, and blah blah blah, and the whole 9 yards, and we do this and that and that, and you can experience, like, you can start to tell your different cultures, but having to put it on the forefront, I feel like kind of that's where we're kind of taking away and kind of pushing back the fact that, like, you are who you are. You get what I'm saying? Because like I as far as like knowing a lot of interracial people and seeing that them also pushing up and white, it's like no one's taking away the fact that yes, you are indeed white, and no one's taking away the fact of your connection with your family member. Just as far as you knowing and understanding, like, you have to know within yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's where I come in with, like, that's where my confusion is. It's like, I always want, love is love. You marry who you want to marry. And be with who you want to be with. Love has no racial content and that type of thing. But it's just as far as understanding and respecting. And Jeannie Mai said it best. You should not be marrying into another race without understanding and learning their culture. Because don't come into the African American community if you're a different race, marrying the culture without knowing the risks that they're going to face. You get what I'm saying? Like, a black man is going to face, like, a fact of being pulled over by the police and having that fear. And you need to understand. And the thing was going around, like, with everything happened when George Floyd had passed away. People were sending out, I stand by you. I understand that I'll never understand. My thing is, like, you can understand that it's, basic human rights that are not being given to Black people. So it kind of bothered me when people were like, I understand, I can never understand. You can understand and see that he's being tortured. My thing is saying, I understand that I will not be able to understand your fear, but I will stick beside you. There's a difference. I feel like, I understand that, I can never understand how it feels to be in your shoes. No, you understand what it feels like to be feared. And you understand, you get that it's not okay. You get that the basic human rights are not being given. But saying, like, hey, I get that I'm not gonna, like, it's just, I don't know. The wording for me just
I get
right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it should, that is also something that needs to be talked about in interracial relationships. I feel like if you can't down your significant other and understand the fears in which they face about their own race, then that right there, that's an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, definitely.
But as far as dehumanizing women, like Black women, with this thing, that's real, because there's so many people that brush aside Black women in the struggles that we go through every day, and we have to fight 10 times harder just to get half of what anyone wants, and we have to be 10 times quicker. And our start line starts all the way back there, and our finish line is further than the people who You know what I mean?
Right.
But the race is different. The race is completely different, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, and they get so insulted by the fact that we have Black girl magic. Well, what about all girls magic? Why are you getting insulted? Nobody said white girls don't have magic. Nobody said Hispanic girls don't have magic. We're just acknowledging and bringing forward that, hey, this is what we do. We add a little bit of spice to something and we make it go good. Like, we make it great.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, as far as it goes, for a really good example is Black girls have been twerking for years. I knew what twerking was before Miley Cyrus even graced the stage to show people to put it in the dictionary to make it a word. So that is a prime example of why we think something is, you know, why we have to say Black girl magic is so special. You know, even though it dehumanizes us and people are like, oh, it's a magical thing, you can handle it, you got that Black girl magic. Like, no, 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 no. We are still human. We are still people. Yes, we're goddesses, but we're goddesses with blood through our veins.
Veins, right.
You know what I mean?
Onto our brain, right.
Exactly. So you can be both. You know, I mean, I consider myself royalty. I'm a child of God. Okay. My father is a king. So I treat myself like a princess, you know? So, but at the same time, I'm a human. You know, I understand that, you know, I'm going to have some bad days. I'm going to have some good days. And I know it's not going to be easy. And I know it's going to be 10 times harder because of the color of my skin. When people first see me, not only do they see my face, not only do they see the color of my skin and my hair, they see my body build, my size. They get a little nervous. They're like, oh, da, da, da. I mean, multiple times I've been like, people have and I feel like everybody prejudges people, but honestly, prejudge me for the wrong thing of, oh, she's a scary type or she's going to be really aggressive, that type of thing. People get to know me and they're like, you wouldn't even kill a fly. I've been trying to tell you from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't hurt a fly, wouldn't hurt nothing, girl.
So that type of thing, and to understand that, yeah, it has a 50-50, but I mean, I really try to look at the positive side of Black girl magic because we often don't get our flowers. We really don't. We really don't.
We're still fighting for them like every day. Like it's something, whether it's an actress, a singer, a mother, a grandmother, a daughter, whoever, like, you know, whatever occupation, whatever you do, whoever you are, we don't get our flowers. And it's like, whenever we try to fight for it or say something about it or stand up about it or talk about it, you know, it's always something. And it's worse for, it's, you know, and I hate to play the blame game or who has it worse, but it's worse for Black women. Like, you know, Black men, and then right up under that is, you know, Black women the brunt of, you know, so many things, you know, like, oh, you're a strong Black woman, you know, it's
and it's so funny that you say that. It's like so many people are like, oh, strong Black women. That's what you hear all the time. You never hear like weak Black women.
All the time, like Black women don't have feelings, like Black women are, you know, like it's like we are.
If we do have feelings, we're crazy.
Right.
When we react to our emotions, we're crazy.
If we do have feelings, we're mad women. We're mad Black women then.
Very
Black women at that point.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah. That is a big one.
Angry Black woman. You know the stereotypes.
Oh my goodness. And we face them every day. That we face it every day. We can't get mad about a simple miscommunication without someone automatically, ma'am, I need you to calm down.
She was
just, Karen, you know, I'm going to speak to your manager.
Right. Karen on the phone with everybody, calling the police, calling the fire department, hospital, everybody. And then, listen, girl.
And then more, right? Okay. This subject has been so awesome. We are running a bit over time. Okay. No, we're not. No, but honestly, this subject has been so amazing. I've loved talking about this subject with you, and it's been even more of a sprinkle, add a little spice, okay?
A little spice in the
podcast, right? To the podcast, and a subject that really needs to be touched on and talked about more. So yes. Yeah. But before we go, I definitely got to interview you about your vlog. So tell us about your vlog. So what kind of vlog is it?
Okay, so my vlog is like, you know, my whole YouTube channel. I do hair tutorials. I do fashion hauls. I'm trying to get into like, doing like, looks for like seasonal looks, fall, winter, spring, all this stuff. I haven't got into that just yet, but definitely hitting on fashion hauls and stuff like that, all those essential items. And then health stuff. I've been really trying to get into that too, because a lot of people don't know. Well, a lot of people know, and a lot of people don't know that I am vegetarian. I've been transitioning to be vegan for years, y'all. But I'm vegetarian and I have a lot of like dishes and recipes that I want to share. So I have a video coming out this Thursday actually. It'll probably be out by the time this is out, but of how I make like my kale wraps, that's my signature. Okay. So like, health stuff, working out and stuff, because I've been on this like workout journey and stuff too. Just like everything in one: lifestyle, hair, fashion, health, beauty, all of that good stuff. And I do a vlog, like, like my life vlog. I do it monthly right now because I can't keep up with that weekly stuff. And every month, like, I drop a vlog of basically my September vlog, my October vlog, my November vlog, etc. Like, what I'm doing like these months, like a day in a life with me for a month. So it's not long, but at the same time you get to see like, like the events I go to, work, shopping, date nights, like hanging out with friends, like all that jazz. So, I really hit on all of those subjects, but I've been trying to start this new thing of course, about like, me talking about hair, like, this curl talk series where I talk about natural hair discrimination, texturism, hair typing, my natural hair, unpopular opinions, etc., all that good stuff. So you can check all that out on Markia Daily on YouTube, or follow me on Markia Daily with 2 Y's on Instagram, where I just, document some cute pics and funny reels, all that jazz, all that stuff. But yeah, just the overall lifestyle, hair, beauty ting, you feel me, like health, period. But yeah, so I'm really like open to like, doing like, some new things or whatever. Cause like I told you, I'm gonna get some like curly weave or whatever. So I'm gonna start like, sharing, some stuff about that, getting into like the extension world just a little bit soon. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And yeah, if y'all like what y'all hear, go ahead and subscribe.
I love it. I love
go ahead
it.
and subscribe and follow.
I will definitely make sure that we get your link and we get all your social media handles so they can follow you and put it on the next page. Last question before we go: what is one thing that you want everyone to take away from your vlog?
To love yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. I think, I don't know. I was talking to somebody about this. Oh my gosh, girl, I'm such a crybaby. I be getting emotional, but
okay.
My whole life, the whole reason I started my, YouTube and stuff because, I just wanted to share like how I do this and how I do that with everyone. I just wanted to do that. But it transitioned when I cut my hair. It was like a life-changing thing for me. And on that journey, when I cut my hair and I was documenting all these videos, how I style it, how I do this, what I do, it was very emotional for me because I didn't like, through that journey, nobody knew that I wasn't like, I didn't like my hair, or that I was like, I had like some issues, like almost like self-hate issues. And as I've gotten older, as I've grown, with my hair and big chopped again, like I grew to love my hair, and everything about me grew to love my hair, my complexion, to love my body type and my body shape, and to embrace it because, once upon a time, like because we in a little BBL, not little, we are in a BBL epidemic, I was just, I was learning, literally trying to learn to love myself. And it's like, I know, taking care of my body and stuff is good for me, but I don't like my body. I know cutting, my heat damage off and really embracing and rocking and taking care of my natural hair is better for me, but I don't like how it looks. You know what I mean? Like I've been like, everything that I do is legit. Like, it's no fuzz, no floss, no facade, nothing. Because it's all the things that I share share on my YouTube channel. These are the things that I do and have done to learn to love myself. Even when it comes down to taking pride in how I dress now, and how I come off and dressing more elegantly or just more feminine and stuff. Everything I do everything I do has been done on this journey to loving myself and embracing myself and who I am.
That's great.
So like, yeah, so it's like, you know, the only thing I want for, you know, people to take away from my channel, men, women, is to love yourself, take care of yourself. You know, you only have one body, you only have two parents, as far, well, you know, some people have more, but you know, like, you only have the life that you live right now. It is yours, and only you can change it. Only you can improve it. And you can go through this life hating yourself, hating your life, hating your situation, or you can go through this life and take advantage of, you know, who you are and what you have. Play up your assets, play up who you are, love yourself, love your body, love your family, like, love who you are and where you come from. Like, you know,
so important.
I'm really, really big on loving who you are and where you come from too. Because I can honestly say that a couple years ago, I didn't hate me, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Now I am. Now I'm trying to appreciate the finer things in life and treat myself to the finer things in life, as far as the people I deal with, relationships, friendships, family members, friends, you know, all of that. So I just, you know, just really, like, nutshell, love yourself and learning to love yourself. Like, that's what I want you to take away from it. Like, anybody, you, any and everybody, is really just loving and embracing yourself.
Aww.
Completely.
Oh, that's so good. That makes me want to cry. Yeah.
Girl, yes, that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional, because every time I think about it, you know, I'm like, wow. And a lot of people didn't know that, but yeah,
that journey is so important. Honestly and truly, to get to a place where you can love yourself and understand, hey, like, you know, this is the one life that I have. Let me rock with what I got. Like, let me do what I gotta do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that type of situation, I completely understand that. And that's just even more amazing that you were able to have that journey and come out on the other side of it and have something positive. You know what I mean? And to show other people that. And that's just so wonderful that you were able to do that. And I'm glad that I was able to see the result. You know what I mean? I see that.
Girl, listen. Like, the results are here, but I'm still improving, and I'm working on other things now. I'm on this next phase of my life of really just like enjoying my youth now. And trying to make sure I play this up in like the relationships. I told you I'm single, so like, you know, just really playing, you know, my newfound love for myself in my relationships. And I feel like it's definitely shown from my previous one. However, you know, it only gets better because I'm literally incorporating each and everything that I learned about myself in this relationship and from life, you know, into the next one, and making sure I'm just improving, because, you know, girl, I'm trying to be married with kids soon. Like, I'm trying
to oh my goodness, I'm weak. But okay, I will make sure that I put all of Markia's social media handles on the next slide so you guys can go follow her. Please follow her. She is such a wonderful and the sweetest influencer. I'm gonna say you're an influencer because I think you're an influencer, and, you know, keep doing what you're doing, and I love it. So I'm so glad that you were able to come on. This just makes me beyond happy. Honestly and truly, I love the whole entire episode. Like, this was great. It's a good topic too. So,
oh my gosh, good.
This was Raquel Mornings and
Markia Daily.
And this was another episode of Mood 24/7. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or follow. Whatever you feel like doing, just make sure you share. All right. See ya.
Peace, y'all.